Hello, and welcome to the January installment of Construction Junction, presented to you by MSU Infrastructure Planning and Facilities. In the coming months, there will be changes to how we share IPF-related information and construction updates. We are in the process of piloting a newsletter to highlight IPF people, projects, accomplishments, and initiatives. Information that has historically been presented as part of Construction Junction will eventually be included in this newsletter. Please stay tuned for further developments. The agenda for the January presentation will begin with updates on which projects are going to the next two Board of Trustees meetings. We will then have an overview of the campus snow plan, followed by an overview of the project to replace the water supply lines to McDonel Hall, and lastly, updates on current, ongoing projects. Beginning with the February BOT meeting, the projects going to the board will include, for Step 2, authorization to proceed, replacement of water supply lines to McDonel Hall, and renovations to Cowles House. Moving on to the April BOT meeting, the projects going to the board will include, for Step 2, authorization to proceed, HVAC replacement at the Veterinary Medical Center, construction of a facility to house the new reciprocating internal combustion engines at the power plant, construction of a biosafety Level 3 research lab, and refurbishment of the IM West outdoor pool. We begin this month's presentation with an overview of the campus snow plan. We all know that Michigan winters can be unpredictable, and so when conditions warrant, we ask that you practice good snow safety by giving yourself extra time to travel to work, driving carefully, dressing warmly, wearing sensible shoes with good traction, being extra aware of where you are walking and the condition of your path, shortening the length of your stride, and remembering to check the forecast before heading outside. For your safety, please remember to not dart in front of or behind snow removal equipment. It is large, loud, and difficult to stop quickly. And make eye contact with snow removal equipment operators before crossing in front of them. The university uses a combination of brine and ice melt compound to combat icy conditions. Brine works by preventing the adhesion of snow to hard surfaces, while ice melt is used on ice that has already formed. Often both are used in combination to speed the time it takes for melting compound to take effect. If you see any icy spots on campus, please report them by calling Contact MSU at 355-1855. Please remember that it does take time for ice melt compound to take effect. We ask that the campus community partner with IPF crews to help ensure everyone's safety by applying ice melt compound to areas outside of building entrances if they see slick spots. This helps avoid incidents until our crews have had a chance to clear the area. There are marked buckets of ice melt compound available at all entrances for this purpose. However, we also ask that you please be judicious with your use of ice melt in order to minimize the environmental impacts. Please do not park so close to sidewalks that your vehicle's bumper hangs over it. This makes clearing the sidewalk with our motorized equipment impossible. We also ask that you avoid parking in sections of lots that have not yet been cleared, either parking in already cleared areas or waiting for our crews to finish clearing before parking. We remind everyone that parking is prohibited in residence hall loops from 2 to 6 a.m. Our crews have a formidable task ahead of them after a snow event, and keeping these areas free from vehicles helps removal efforts go more smoothly and quickly. Again, to request service or to report dangerous spots on campus, call Contact MSU at 355-1855. We thank you for helping us keep MSU safe during the winter season. We begin new project presentations with a project to replace water supply lines to McDonel Hall. Built in 1963, McDonel Hall has its original galvanized hot and cold water supply system, which is approaching the end of its useful life. Further repairs are no longer effective and replacement is needed. The scope of the project will include replacement of all galvanized domestic hot, cold, and hot water return lines and one domestic cold water riser. Abatement on all removed piping as necessary, removal of the ceiling in the basement corridors, and replacement of light fixtures with LED units. Impacts to building occupants will include limited access to most basement areas. There are no parking or pedestrian impacts expected. Construction is slated to begin in May, with substantial completion by mid-August. Here is a graphic of the basement floor plan showing those areas impacted by construction. For questions regarding the McDonel Hall project, contact Project Manager Brian Anderson. We now begin our updates with the Interdisciplinary Science and Technology Building Construction Project. Accomplishments during the month of December included completion of generator exhaust piping and feature wall covering installation. Second floor punch-out has also been completed. Impacts to the campus community during January will include the continued heavy construction traffic on Service Road. Here are some shots of the progress in the vivarium area. And on the second floor. For those of you who would like to follow the progress of construction on this project, please check out the live webcam site at the address on the screen. For questions regarding the ISTEC facility project, contact Project Representative Carol Kuhl. Next, we have an update on the Business College Complex addition. Accomplishments during the month of December included completion of wood slat ceiling and interior glass wall installation, commencement of painting on the first floor, and installation of light fixtures. Impacts to the campus community during January will include the continued closure of the sidewalks traveling north and south between Shaw Hall and the Business College complex. Here are some progress shots of the interior spaces. Here is the site logistics plan showing those areas affected by construction. For those of you who would like to follow the progress of construction on this project, please check out the live webcam site at the address on the screen. For questions regarding the Business College Addition project, contact Project Manager Tony Rhodes. Next is an update on the STEM facility construction project. This project is located at the site of the decommissioned Shaw Lane Power Plant. Accomplishments during the month of December included commencement of pile installations, removal and storage of topsoil from the site, progress on mechanical, electrical, and plumbing demolition, and new concrete floor installation. Impacts to the campus community during January will include increased construction traffic in the Shaw Lane-Red Cedar Road intersection. Here are some shots of the auger cast pile rig assembly, the removal of topsoil, and the installation of the underground water retention system. The temporary roofing and window film installed, and preparation of the annex basement for new concrete floor installation. For questions regarding the STEM facility project, contact Project Manager Ken Gottschalk. Next is an update on the Cook Hall renovation project. The project is now 99% complete, and staff and students have begun occupancy. There are no further impacts expected. Here are some shots of the exterior of the completed addition. And of some of the new interior spaces. For questions regarding the Cook Hall project, contact Project Manager Amr Abdelazim. Next is an update on the Jenison Field House renovation project. Accomplishments during the month of December included completion of finishes and casework, with furniture installation beginning the week of January 7, and completion of the graphic installations by January 15th. Impacts to building occupants during January will include temporary egress route detours and general construction noise. Here are some shots of progress in various interior spaces. For questions regarding the Jenison Field House project, contact Project Manager Matt Postma. Next, we have an update on the FRIB Cryogenic Assembly Building project. Accomplishments since October have included completion of underground plumbing and electrical, as well as slab on grade, and steel erection. Installation of roof decking and temporary enclosure protection is currently in progress. No additional impacts are expected. Here are some shots of the completed slab on grade, steel erection in progress, and roof deck installation. For questions regarding the FRIB CAB project, contact Project Manager Jessica Kolb. Next is an update on the FRIB High Rigidity Spectrometer project. Accomplishments since October have included completion of caisson installation and progress on building foundations, caisson caps, and waterproofing for the experimental pit. There are no additional impacts expected. Here are some shots of waterproofing installation in the experimental pit, foundation and caisson cap installation, and concrete beam installation in progress. For questions regarding the FRIB HRS project, contact Project Manager Todd Elkin. Next, we have an update on the Campus Water System Improvement Project, which is located on the southeast corner of the Service Road and Recycling Drive intersection. Accomplishments during the month of December included installation of the precast roof planks in the treatment plant, with roof membrane to be installed as weather permits. Interior masonry walls are nearing completion, with commencement of rough-ins for electrical and plumbing. Water tower concrete pouring will continue through the month of January, with installation of thermal blankets to protect the concrete from freezing until adequately cured. Impacts during January will include temporary closure of adjacent service road during the first week of the month for water main installation. Here are some shots of progress on concrete installation at the water tower and at the treatment plant. For those of you who would like to follow the progress of construction on this project, please check out the live webcam site at the address on the screen. For questions regarding the Campus Water System project, contact Project Manager Bob Nessel. Lastly, we have an update on the Music Building Addition project. Accomplishments during the month of December included wrapping up of spread footing and basement wall concrete pours, with basement floor slab pours and first floor decking installation occurring throughout February. Impacts to the campus community during January will include the maintaining of pedestrian travel diagonally through the site and general construction noise typical of a project of this magnitude. Here are some shots of the new basement level concrete installation. For those of you who would like to follow the progress of construction on this project, please check out the live webcam site at the address on the screen. For questions regarding the Music Building Addition project, contact Project Manager Todd Wilson. This concludes the January Construction Junction presentation. We encourage you to visit the Infrastructure Planning and Facilities website at www.ipf.msu.edu. There you'll find information on construction and maintenance alerts, detour information, construction junction information, project and contact information. There are also a number of other IPF resources available, including listservs that you can subscribe to keep up to date with various IPF projects and events. Stay connected with IPF via social media. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, watch our videos on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram. Thanks for watching this month's installment of Construction Junction. And remember to keep tuned for new communication methods from Team IPF. We think you'll like what we have in store.